Former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney, who is an activist and has been unfortunately maligned in a number of things that she was brought when she was in the Congress and even outside of the Congress, that she has brought to our attention. And I'm quite sure that she will speak to all of that today. So welcome, Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney.
Thank you, but I intend to stick to my 10 minutes, and that actually I'm not even going to take 10 minutes. I would like to acknowledge some members of the press who are here that I recognized. We have Talib Kalash, who is with us from Press TV. I don't know if this was done before. Talib, why don't you at least stand up? And yes. And there was a mention by one of the panelists about our president being a company man. I don't know the extent to which this person who mentioned that had read the extensive research that's been done by Wayne Madsen of WayneMadsenReport.com, but Wayne Madsen is here, and he's gone to the National Archives, and he's looked extensively at the family of Barack Obama so that we would know exactly who our president is. Why don't you stand up, Wayne? And for the members who are here, I would just like to thank them because they have expressed the historical aspect of Cuba that is lost on many people, because I know I did not even know about the relationship between many people whom I regard as my heroes and as my leaders, and their relationship with the revolutionary state of Libya. So I just want to say that those interventions, and there's Bob Brown has a piece on YouTube that talks about his incarceration because of his organizing that he was doing on behalf of the students from Libya in this country. So I want to say that I'm pleased to stand with my colleagues today who are outraged at our Nobel Peace Laureate President Obama and his decision to wage war on Africa and Libya. At the outset, let me state that Libya is home to tens of thousands or more of foreign students and guest workers. The students come from Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Somalia. The messages I have received from concerned Africans state that these young, innocent people, inaccurately labeled by the U.S. press as black mercenaries, have been trapped in hostile territory and are hated by the U.S. allied Al-Qaeda insurgents. The press forgot that Libya is in Africa and that Libyans are black too. I would also like to acknowledge the outrage of the Women International Democratic Federation of Brazil that repudiates the invasion of Libya. They point specifically to the depressed state of women in pre-Gaddafi Libya and how women now have positions that had once been denied to them. They note in their communique that the National Front of the Salvation of Libya has been financed by the CIA since 1981 and that its headquarters is in Washington, D.C. In fact, I have received messages and phone calls from people literally all over the world who are outraged at this action. And because the media cannot be relied upon to tell the truth, I repeat the call that I received directly from Libya yesterday for international observers to go to Libya to tell the world the truth. I state here today that I am willing to go. Sadly, President Obama's justification for war provides answers that don't answer, explanations that don't explain, and conclusions that don't conclude. Reports continue to emerge of the U.S. ties to the so-called rebel leaders. The latest being that Khalifa Haftar, latest leader of the rebel army, spent much of the past 20 years in Langley, Virginia. He didn't even move to Baltimore to disguise the relationship. Moreover, General Wesley Clark told us that Libya was on the U.S. hit list 10 years ago. This is nothing new. This operation smells very much like so many other Africa operations fueled by U.S.-supported individuals who become a rebel force able to threaten an inconvenient leader who stands up to the U.S. This particular play has been repeated in Sierra Leone, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ivory Coast, and Angola and Mozambique before them. We are not blind. We recognize this play. And the use of depleted uranium will cause health effects for generations to come. Pentagon Secretary Gates said, Libya is not part of our vital interest. Then why are we there? Herein lies the conundrum. President Obama has authorized secret support for its rebels in Libya, just like Miami's Cuban community has received such support for decades. Sadly, our president has chosen to spend $600 million per week in addition to other war costs at a time when the black community is melting. As of the most recent Economic Policy Institute study, average black family wealth in 2009 was $2,000, while that of whites was $94,600. President Obama has done nothing to address the disparities that have existed in this country since slavery. Clearly, our president should focus on home and improving the lot of the people of this country before launching another war. Finally, I must say something about the ugly hate language that is emanating more and more from black political voices. Any politician seeking votes by exacerbating divisions in our country does not deserve our votes. I'm speaking specifically about the unfortunate remarks of Herman Cain, who is from Georgia and who should know better. I stand with those who support the right of self-determination of the Libyan people, including their right to resolve differences without interference from outsiders. Thank you.